What's up guys, it's Michael here. So in this video we're going to look at two main topics where people should either A, invest, or B, start a business. So to keep this really quick and simple is why not do both? But if you had the choice and either or, you decide to pick one of the either options, which one you should go with. So here you look at two simple facts. Do you want to make it fast or do you want to make it slow? At the end, income is based on what you can make, and it's based on time also. So you have effort and your persistence, and number two is how much time you want to dedicate to doing it. So to keep it quick, investments are the ones that take a long periods of time for you to earn massive amounts of wealth. For example, investing in the stock market, getting dividend funds, putting your money in index funds, and overall looking what the market does. Because in a market in America, when there are dips, there is also times where there's a bull run. So in the stock market in general, based on previous past histories, the market always go up even after a crash. So for example, in 2020, when 2020 happened, everything crashed. And now it's coming back up, building up once again. And whether it's got to be higher than before, you usually give it a couple years at a time, like at least half a decade, based on what history and graph shows. But at the end, those take many years. And if you're looking to build income fast, you have the second option, building a business. Usually, personally, I would recommend doing both of them. But like say, for example, you're a blue collar worker and you don't want to open a business. If you don't want to open a business, then what do? Then you invest all the money you make. For example, if you are a doctor, if you're a lawyer, blue collar worker, a plumber, but you don't want to start your own business, then start investing. So investing in real estate is one of them. You have stocks, because real estate is a high barrier to entry. Some people can't buy another house because you have one house. And if you don't want to do house hacking where you rent out your property so you can break even, or at the same time negate all the portions and fees that requires from owning a home, then you can get another property. But as you can see in this house I'm currently at right now, it's very expensive to get a home. So if that's the case, then what do? Then you buy something called like index funds. You look at anything that buys fractional shares of all the major corporations, which is you look at VT Sachs, you look at other types of index funds from like Charles Schwab, but those are based on your own research and you have to take a look at them. So those, if you're looking about building massive amount of wealth, you really look at the end. You ask this one question. The one question you should ask yourself, whether or not, what type of lifestyle you want to do. Because at the end, money is building your lifestyle. When it builds your lifestyle, it requires you to have a certain amount of income. And the speed you gain that income will determine how fast you want to live that lifestyle. So investment in stocks, real estate, cryptocurrency, bonds, that is the slower method, but it still builds wealth over time because the more money you put in there, the bigger it grows. But the question is, you need capital in the first place. And that brings to option number two, business. Business itself, it's a high risk and high reward. So a lot of business owners do not make it because, first of all, it requires a lot of capital up front and requires you many years of dedication and time. But when it works, it works. Because a lot of people talk about all you have to do in business is succeed one time. When you succeed one time, you can most likely achieve the lifestyle you're looking for. Because majority of people are not looking to become, a billionaire or like hundreds of millionaires, basically net worth over $100 million. Look at people looking about a few million to maybe at most 10 million. And that will fulfill their whole entire lifestyle for the rest of their life. But most people have to understand that's what this lifestyle that they currently want and they currently want to achieve. By the time you get there, you might have a different perspective on life. It's like, for example, this house, the designer here, all these lights, these are really nice. And you think about, wow, I wish my home had the same thing like this furniture type of design. But at the same time, once you get to that level, you ask yourself, do you still want this type of furniture? What's the next thing? So one thing that makes people make these type of decisions is something called dopamine. Dopamine is like when people play gacha games or all those gambling games apparently on the internet and mobile phones where people spend a lot of money for ridiculous 2D characters. But when you spend that amount of money, what does it give them? Something called dopamine. It makes them excited. It's something you see change. This also applies to personal finance. So when you have that dopamine rush and when you get to that level, it's like, okay, I make this amount of money when opening a business. For example, let's say the person was a plumber. So he decided to do plumbing for this whole entire house over here. And when you do this whole entire house, you're good at what you do. You're able to market it. When you market yourself, then you have clients coming in. And with clients coming in, they pay a massive amount of money. And that is a case where you can build massive amounts of wealth in a short period of time. In investments, you're looking at over a decade or more, at least like minimum 5 years. In a business, you're looking between like 3 to 5 years on how fast you can build it. Some people can do it faster, some people take even longer. If it's going past the 5-year mark, then you got to really reevaluate what you're doing wrong. So that's the hard part of business. It's basically give or take, and at the same time, it's high risk, high reward. The basic ability to think and do things outside the box that a lot of people in the market are looking for. So at the end, which one should you choose? The main question is, number one, like I mentioned earlier, is hit the subscribe button down below and the like button for the YouTube algorithm. But all in serious cases is, number one, what type of lifestyle are you looking for? The lifestyle to determine the beginning, what's the first step you should take. So like say, for example, you don't mind working at a blue collar job making about $80,000 a year before tax. After tax, you're probably looking at $60,000 to $50,000. If you don't mind that lifestyle, you don't mind like basically not getting another house for long periods of time, like a decade or more, then go for all means, just become an investor. Because an investor, at the end, your money instead of sitting in a bank or a Roth IRA, then you can put in something that generates more wealth and income. Like for example, dividend stocks. You buy into dividend stocks, they generate income every basically quarter of a year. And depending on the stocks, again, you have money coming in. Because you want, basically at the end, you want money helping you at the end. So number one, lifestyle. Number two, you got to ask yourself is, besides the lifestyle, what else do you want to do in the future? For example, with the money you have currently right now, if there's an emergency that happens, let's say your family enters the hospital, you got to pay a hospital bill. Let's say that you want to get something you really like. Can your current job support it? So number two is writing out all the goals you want to do in life, something you want to do. For example, like some people don't really care about like actual physical objects. They maybe want to do, travel more, maybe go on a vacation more. So that's number two. What do you want to do with your life? Besides your life planning goals as the first one, what type of lifestyle is number two, how you going to achieve them? What do you mean by how you got to achieve them? If it requires you, like let's say you want to go on vacation a lot more often, you want to go out partying more often, but your job doesn't let you. So in that case, if you're throwing all your money in investment, you're looking like 5 to 10 years or more before you can start living that lifestyle. But if you start a business and you make it successful in 3 to 5 years, then when you make a business, you have the option to hire employees. So when you hire employees, then you have the option to have more time off. So that's how you push you closer to start a business. So number two is what type of activities and how does it affect your daily life? Number three, the best thing to do is write down all the goals you want to do. Besides 1 and 2, number 3 is if you don't know what list, write down a list of goals. At least, let's say, about 100 things. The smallest to biggest things. So you can categorize it as small, medium, and large. Large, you're looking at real estate, high-end exotic cars. You're looking at maybe if you want to build a business or corporation. You're looking at basically upgrading your house to like modern tech homes, such as the currently one I'm in right now. Or you can go make things the small ones, like say you want to upgrade toothbrush, upgrade maybe like your bedroom, maybe upgrade the paint on the wall, maybe upgrade the bed you sleep in, maybe upgrade your computer. Those are small steps. And medium steps is maybe you want to like get something that within the $10,000 to $50,000 range. So those are type of goals you should write down because those will determine whether or not should you be A, an investor, or B, a business owner. But the best answer overall to that type of question, which one should you be, investor or a business owner, is to do both. Because if you do both personally, which I'm personally doing both allows you to always generate income and revenue. So for example, if your business fails, you have investments to cover you. If your investments fail, you have business currently bringing money into you. Then what you can say, like you have a blue collar job of work, but at the end, if you have blue collar work, you're capped on income. That's the one thing in this channel that I'm trying to get people to get out of, is not to be trapped by your workplace, is to give yourself options that if you want to quit, you can quit. If you want to go out, have vacation, you want to buy a specific item or product, or your family members are in trouble, or you need to give someone financial assistance, you have the ability to say yes, and you have the ability to say no. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys found this really interesting, and I'll see you guys next time.